Hello, this is Angela Johnstone, Program Director for Special Education with Spokane Public Schools. So this is the continuation of progress reporting and data collection. So this PowerPoint was produced by Heather Tate, Special Education Middle School Coordinator, and it is about data collection and assessment. So the agenda for this PowerPoint will be the who, what, why, and where, responsibilities, methods and use, and questions. So who, what, why, and where. So the who is the IEP service providers, case manager, related service providers, and any person identified in the IEP as having a role or a goal to provide measurable progress data. What is data assessment? Data assessment is an objective and accurate measurement of student progress or lack of progress via the task, activity, or behavior. So the objective refers to recording of the target behavior or data as it is observed. The information is recorded in a non-judgmental or inferred manner. Write it as you see it. Progress or lack of progress stresses that data collected allows the educational team to identify areas of progress, leading the student towards independence. Lack of progress documented is good because it will allow for the program modifications to accommodate individual needs and to facilitate independence. It is important to establish a baseline, which is the starting point, and criteria, which is the ending point. Baseline is where is the student functioning prior to the intervention. A good baseline will allow the team to determine student progress or lack of progress after a skill and behavior is taught. Criteria determines a realistic goal of the student progress based on the baseline to be accomplished over a predetermined period of time. For example, the IEP year, alternate assessment year, general education reporting periods, and general education unit of study. Why is it important to collect data? Well, it is required by IDEA, the Individuals Disabilities Education Act, to monitor and provide parents with documentation of progress towards mastery for the IEP goals and objectives. So documentation of progress is that data is collected in general education classes through grades and special education. It is used to document progress in general education curriculum and/or annual IEP objectives. It also provides documentation for special education student participation in statewide and alternative assessments. We want students to participate in the general education curriculum and participate in the statewide assessment to show progress in general education curriculum. Students with IEP objectives who qualify participate in the alternate assessment. Progress reporting, so this was the component referred to in the last video in the Tips to the Field. Tips to the Field are produced by the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction, or OSPI. This particular publication was in April of 2011 via the Special Education Monthly Update. The monthly update is located on the special education website within the special education section. These documents are frequently produced to help the field understand kind of what is the up and coming information in the field of special education. So why is data collection and progress reporting so important? Accurate data collection allows the teacher to determine the students' present levels of performance, adaptations or interventions, student progress or lack of progress, program modifications and supports, and patterns of behavior to determine if there is a trend. Okay. It also provides legal documentation that demonstrates the school program from an objective view. It demonstrates modifications made to program based on data collection and analysis, methods used for determining the continuation of the present program, and supports teaching via IEP goals and objectives. And remember, baseline through intervention is needed. So where do we collect data? We collect it throughout our school day, both in our structured and non-structured settings. It is wherever we are serving students. Who is responsible? It is the responsibility as a team to identify and define behavior, through data collection, establish the baseline, create a collection method, and as a team review and analyze data weekly, and as a team use the data collected to modify. So how do we select a data collection method? And there are a number of data collection methods. These are a few data collection techniques and methods. They're not exhaustive. So there's frequency count, number of times, interval recording, antecedent behavior consequence or ABC charts, duration recording, permanent product, video, environmental analysis, task analysis, skill checklist, self-monitoring, digital images, and photographs. So a few helpful hints. Measure only a small number of behaviors at a time. Make sure behaviors are clearly defined. Determine the environments that data will be taken in, and to ensure consistency by providing training to collection of this data. IEP teams then make the decision on how data will be measured, and it is no less frequently than that provided to all students. So IEP teams address how the district will measure the student's progress towards meeting annual goals and when the district will provide periodic reports on the progress that the student is making towards meeting his or her annual goals. And many districts provide progress reporting at the same time the district issues progress and grade reports to all students. But remember, report cards are not progress reports. Progress reports align to the IEP goals and how the student progress will be measured. How it is measured is what is reported. Trials, problems completed correctly, words read per minute, and so on. In general education, we have the report card, but that report card alone is not the progress report that describes that the student is making progress towards their annual goal. Progress reporting is an important component that informs parents and IEP teams whether an IEP team may need to be adjusted prior to the annual date to address lack of expected progress or to address more than expected progress. This is a blank quarterly progress reporting form. This is produced with the IEP through the CDOC system. This form is not required. However, the data within the form must be submitted and must mirror the method and criteria for evaluating progress. This is now a prepared quarterly progress report form ready for data progress reporting. So you have your impact statement, present levels, and your measurable annual goal as then determined and measured by the teacher data sheets. This is a completed quarterly progress report. The progress report aligns to the measurable goal and the method and criteria for evaluating progress. This then, at the completion of those progress reporting timelines, is submitted with the next annual IEP. So using progress reporting in the manner as it is intended can resolve future disputes over the provision of special education services to address annual goals and the appropriateness of the services. What will you put into practice? You will submit progress reporting data with the next IEP. You will contact your educational specialist for technical assistance if needed. And you will contact your special education administrator for further questions. Thank you for your time.